Hello, everyone. Welcome back to yet another People episode. So we gotta talk about Guinea because they came out aggressively in favor of a ballot measure that would give the Junta leader who took power in 2021 their official new dictator, or in real terms, their president, uh, as he has the ability to assume recognizable executive powers. Now, the results show that over 90% showed that, as of partial results, showed that support for a new constitution that would see the coup leader, Mamadi Domboya, to become officially the head of state, and he already is, but officially the head of state with that new title as president, and it would secure his run for a presidential run this year. So that is right. 2025. They're in the process of determining a race because the ballot measure, which occurred on Sunday, has been approved overwhelmingly. Was this rigged? Was this rigged for the junta leader's favor? I don't know, but I'll tell you, the United States has not been known for its very friendly relationship with Guinea because of this guy. He, of course, is the president of Guinea, and I'm kind of interested to know his political views. Well, it really doesn't matter, his political views. He is French, in other words. He did serve in the French Foreign Legion, so he's formally French. He has disavowed his French alignment, and now he's very hostile to the United States and all that stuff, and the West, very close to Russia. And not to mention, this guy is kind of ruthless, not to mention. He is not an adversary. He's not an quote enemy yet. Guinea is a country that we're not really concerned about. I mean, they're too weak. They're too third world. They're too, we're not concerned, but we'll call their bluff once in a while. So really, this guy is really, an oppressive guy. He says he seized power following the coup d'etat. He is responsible for his disappearances of human rights activists such as Monique Fonji and journalists such as Habeb Maron Kamara. So yeah, this guy is repressive, and knowing his repressive nature, I have a hard time believing that 90% of Guineans decided to support this ballot measure. Let's think about it. 90% doesn't seem right to me. And we know how third world countries work. They rig their own elections. So I'm not going to be surprised if Guinea rigged this election in favor of the junta leader. Let's just keep in mind, this guy literally took the country over in a coup in 21 over that. So, obviously, he is officially the president of Guinea, and he will assume office with that title on October the 1st, and he will run in an election that will be for sure rigged in his favor. Let's be honest, it's going to be rigged. He's either going to run unopposed, because this guy is jailing activists. Let's be honest. He's jailing journalists, human rights activists, etc., etc., etc. And the whole world is seeing it. There's no way this guy isn't going to rig the election, because the government will allow him to rig the election. So, there's nothing really much to say about this ballot measure. Was approved overwhelmingly, regardless if you think it was rigged or not. It was a pretty overwhelming victory in the favors of establishing the title of Mamadi Domboya as president of the state. But yeah, this is pretty much this is the presidential race, which will be coming forward. And not to mention, before this whole coup happened, you did have a presidential race, which was a pretty close one. But yes, Guinea has historically been a liberal country, pretty liberal. So here's the ballot measure for 2020. I don't know. They continuously have been up and down about trying to establish a new constitution, and you can clearly see regards to this, it was approved overwhelmingly, and regardless to what this map would look like, if they're going to draft a map or not, it's going to be much darker. Adding to the context that this election was very much well rigged in the favor of the junta leader. I'm just calling it out what it is. I cannot say, this election was not rigged. It says over 90% of Guineans have voted yes. Okay, we're talking about a guy who's been extremely repressive, very abusive when it comes to human rights activists. So, yeah, I have a hard time believing that, this is going to be 90% saying yes. But yes, so it says over 90% of Guineans voted yes in a constitutional referendum that could allow the leader of the country's junta to run for president, according to provisional results announced Monday evening by the electoral body overseeing the vote count. Guinea is one of the growing number of West African countries, including Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso, where the military has taken over. The referendum, which is a key in the country's transition from military to civilian rule, is being closely monitored in coup-battered region, with critics denouncing it as a power grab and opposition parties calling for a boycott. Some say it is a way for General Mamadi Doumbouya, who took over by force 4 years ago, to seek the presidency and legitimize his military rule. Doumbouya has not said officially whether he would run in the upcoming election. He will. I mean, let's be honest. This is politics he's playing right now. He's going to run. I mean, he's trying to, because who knows? If he says, I'm running, you got to play your cards correctly, because he might be overthrown by the military. Maybe the opposition's, because Guinea is an unstable country. Guinea is a country, a lot of opposition. And just because you got 90% supporting you doesn't mean you have 90% of Guineans supporting you. Guinea is a country where you don't believe the polls. No. The polls are 100% skewed. Your support is skewed in your favor. It's a corrupt country. And in regards to specifically this junta leader, when it comes to him specifically, he has to be very careful. Yeah, he got a lot of people mad with this referendum, legitimizing his power as going from military to civilian rule. He's gonna have to. He can't go and overstretch it and say, "Now I'm going to run for president for life." Okay, you don't want to take result to a general to try to challenge you. So this guy is being smart. We know he's smart. He's going to be president for life, pretty much. He's going to be a dictator, unless he's killed. Just being quite honest. But he definitely will run for president in the upcoming election, and he will win. There is no way that he will not win. So anyway, what do you guys think in regards to this video? Let me know down below. And as always, I'll see you all in the next political episode.